Hello friends, welcome to my channel Power BI Skills. Through this channel, I share with my viewers a lot of tips, tricks, and best practices in Power BI in order to develop stunning dashboards. Today I am going to share with you a trick of converting your simple line chart visual in Power BI to an advanced level control chart and KPI chart visual. This visual will not only help us assessing the performance but also provide us the analysis showing consistency in performance and variance analysis. I'll explain this in detail towards the end of this video. See, this is the basic level line chart visual we have, which is showing the performance of the salesmen over the multiple months. On the other hand, we have an advanced level control chart, or I would say a KPI chart visual, which is not only showing the performance but also showing the target, and against that how the salesman is performing. In this visual we have markers highlighted in yellow color are all outliers. So here, like, the sales numbers are over the maximum target range or below the minimum target range. So these are highlighted with yellow marker color, and you can also see we have a data labels appearing on the outliers. So data labels which are the actual sales numbers which are appearing in either green or red colors. So these type of control charts can be used in various scenarios. For example, if you are an HR professional and wants to show the attrition numbers for various departments against the permissible range, so that can be shown with the help of these control charts. Similarly, if you are in finance and wants to share, for example, the cash collection numbers against the forecast, or maybe the revenue number against the target, or the DSO numbers, that can be done easily with the help of these kind of control charts and the KPI visuals. Let's build this visual with the help of an example dataset. But before we proceed further, I would request you to please like and share my video in case you believe that you are enhancing your Power BI knowledge through these videos. In case you are new to my channel, then I would request you to please subscribe my channel by hitting the subscribe button and press the bell icon so that you will get notification to all my future videos. Your like and subscribe will motivate me to make more such useful content for my viewers. Now let's get started. So this is the example data set we'll be using in our today's video. So this is showing sales done by various salesmen over a period of last 9 months, starting from January till September. So we have a sales number, or I would say the sales amount done by three salesmen, Tom, Mickey, and Jerry, and then the minimum and maximum target. So let's upload this data in Power BI. So I have uploaded the example data set. So let me first create the new visual, which is a line chart visual. I'll select the line chart visual. In x-axis, I'll select month. In y-axis, I'll select the sales amount. So this is a simple line chart visual. Now you can see in the x-axis the month name are not appearing in right sequence. So here we have to use our custom sort functionality. I have covered the custom sort functionality in one of my previous video. I have explained in detail how to do the custom sorting in Power BI. You can refer to my video. You can see the link of this video is appearing on your I button on your screen. So you can click on this link and you can go through this video. So this would help you understand how to do the custom sorting in Power BI. So here in this case, for doing a custom sorting, I have created another table which is a sort order table showing the name of the month and sort order. What I'll do, I'll select this visual and I'll go to data. I'll remove this month from x-axis. I would rather pick the month information from the new sort order table. And you can see that this is appearing in the right order. Now to create control chart, I'll have to go to next page. I'll start with creating measures. So I'll be creating three measures. Measure number one would be, I would name this as upper level. So this would be my maximum target or maximum sales target. So this would be 1000. Then similarly, I'll create a measure for lower limit. So this would be 500. This would be the minimum sales target. I'll change this name to limit. And the third measure would be target region. So this would be upper limit minus lower limit, or maximum minus minimum sales target. Now I'll create my visual. I'll go to home. I'll select new visual and I'll select my visual which is stacked column chart with a line. And in x-axis I will use month. In y-axis I will use my lower limit, and I would also add here the target region. Yeah. I'll expand my visual and I will go to view, then format, and from the list I'll go to columns, and I will change the lower limit column color to white. Now I would also add a new visual which is a slicer, and in this visual I would add name of the salesman. I will go to format, I will go to size and style and add the visual border. I need rounded corners, so make it 10 points rounded corners. I'll go to slicer settings, and from the style drop down I'll select drop down option, and from this slicer I'll select name of the salesman. And now since I have this column visual ready, I'll add a line. So for that I'll go to data, and in line y-axis, I will add sales. Now this is showing slightly similar to like what we have to create the control chart visual, but I would format this. I will go to format and I will go to columns, and in spacing I would reduce the inner padding to 0. Now we have a target region which is clearly visible. I'll just change the color of the target region to, let's say, light peach. I will make this bit more light. Yep. Now I'll go to line and I will change the line color to purple. I will increase the stroke width to 5, and here I would enable the marker as well, and I will select the marker style or type to square, and size would be 10. Okay, now we have a control chart. Now wherever we have markers which are coming outside the shaded region, or I would say where we have our actual sales numbers which are coming outside the targets, so these are the outliers. I want to highlight those outliers. So I would first add the data labels. So let me first add the data labels here. I will enable the data label. uh, I need the data labels only in the sales line which is appearing in purple. So lower limit data label I don't need, I will remove that. Similarly, the target region data label is not required, I'll remove that. Now I have a data label which is the sales numbers or sales amount appearing for all the markers which are representing the months, but I need this only for the outliers. For that, I will have to do a custom data label, and I will create a measure to do a custom data label. Friends, I have covered the custom data label functionality in my last week's video. In case you are not aware of the custom data label trick, so you can refer to my video. You can see the link of this video is appearing on the I button on your screen, and you can click on this link and go through that video. There I have explained in detail about how to do a custom data labeling. So in this case, to create a custom data label, I'll go to data. I'll create a measure. I will name this measure as data label, and here I'll be using if function. If sum of sales is greater than upper limit. If this is true, then my result would be sum of sales. Similarly, if this is false, then again a condition. If my sum of sales is less than my lower limit. If this is true, then sum of sales, else no action. So I'll just keep it as it is, because I need the data labels only in the scenario where my sales is more than the maximum limit or less than the minimum limit. Only in those cases I need the data label. Other cases, data label would be blank. So this is the measure which would help me creating that data label. So my measure is ready. Now I have to apply this measure in my control visual. For that, I will go to format. I will go to data label. I will select the sum of sale, which is my line chart. So I'll first select this. Then I will go down, and now I will enable the custom label, and now I will add my measure, which is the data label measure. Now you can see the data label is appearing only on the outliers, which are outside the colored region, or I would say the target region. I would increase the font size of the data label. I will bold this. And now other thing which I want to do, I want to change the color of the data labels. So for that, uh, I will have to use a new measure to change the color for the data labels which are uh, more than the maximum range. So those should be appearing in green, and wherever the data labels or the sales numbers which are lower than the minimum range, those should appear in red. That I can achieve by creating a new measure. I would copy the data label measure because I'll be using the same if function, and I will create a new measure. I'll name this measure as label color, and here instead of the sum of sales, I would mention the color. If my sales is higher than the upper limit, then it should appear in green. And if it is less than the lower limit, then it should appear in red. And that's it. I'll hit enter. So my label color measure is ready. I'll now go back to the format. I'll go back to my data labels, and in color I'll be selecting conditional formatting, which is the FX option. I'll click on this. In format style, I will select field value, and now I'll be selecting the measure which I have created, which is the label color. Now you can see that wherever my sales is higher than the maximum range, the data labels are appearing in green, and where the sales is lower than the minimum range, the data labels are appearing in red. Now I will just format this data label because I want these numbers in dollars. So for that, I'll go to data. I will go to data label, and I will select the format in dollars. Now if I refresh my visual, now you can see the data labels are appearing in dollars. If I change the name of the salesman, this would change accordingly. Now the other thing which I want to do, the markers which are appearing uh, for the outliers, marker color should be changed to a different color so that we can highlight those outliers. For that, I will select my control chart, and I will go to data, And in the line y-axis, I would add my data label measure. I'll go to markers and I will select data label and I will select the color to yellow. Now you can see that for the outliers, the marker color has been changed to yellow, whereas for the sales numbers which are within the range, the marker color is purple, which is common. And I will just format this control chart or KPI chart. I will remove the grid lines. I will go to size and style and I will add visual borders. I need rounded corners, so I need rounded corners up to 10 points. And I don't need legends, so I will remove legends. I want to change the title, so I will change this title to Salesman's Performance Report. I will bold this, increase the font size to 18, and I will align this title to the center. Now I will go to x-axis and I will bold the values or the month names, and similarly I will bold the title as well and increase the font size to 14. Similarly, I'll go to y-axis. I will bold the values and change the title to sales in $1,000. I will bold this, increase the size to 14. Now this is the control chart, and I would say the KPI visual as well. I would add one more visual here, which is a card visual. I will go to the new visual. I'll select the card visual and I will add data, and in data I will be adding the sales number. I will go to format. I will add visual borders and make it rounded corners up to 10 points. I will remove category label and I would rather add a title. I'll enable title and mention title as total sales. I will bold this. Now you can see we have selected salesman name as Tom, and the total sales made by Tom in 9 months is 5,750 US dollars, and this is the month level breakup of the sales done by Tom in the last 9 months. Similarly, if we select Jerry, so we have total sales done by Jerry is 7,050, and then we have a month level breakup. Similarly, we have the details for Mickey as well. Now, if you observe that in the data of Tom and Jerry, we have huge variance in the numbers. So we can say that the performance of Tom and Jerry is not consistent. In few months, the performance is even more than the maximum sales target or the sales forecast, but in some months, it is even lower than the minimum sales targets. In case of Mickey, the performance is consistent, so it is within the range of the target sales, which is appearing in the peach color. So we can say that Mickey's performance is far more consistent than Tom and Jerry, basis the number we have. Though in terms of absolute numbers, Jerry has performed better in terms of absolute sales number, but his performance is not consistent. But Mickey, though in terms of absolute number, his sales is lesser than sales done by Jerry, but his performance is consistent. One last thing I would do for the better presentation, I would add the maximum and minimum target line in this control chart visual. For that, I will go to data. I will go to line y axis, and in line y axis, I will add maximum target line, and I would also add the minimum target line, which is there in our dataset example. Now I would remove the markers and the data labels in the straight line showing the maximum and minimum target. For that, I will go to format. First, I will go to markers. So in lines, if I go down, and let me first change the color of minimum target line and maximum target line to red. And now I will go down, and I will select maximum target line, and I will remove the marker. Similarly, I will select minimum target line, and I will remove the marker. And in the similar manner, I would remove the data labels as well. I'll go to data labels. In the series, I will select maximum target, and I will disable the data labels for maximum target, and similarly for minimum target I will disable. So these are the maximum and minimum target lines. So this is all about the control chart and KPI chart we have created with the help of stacked column and line visual. I'll be sharing with you the link of the example dataset we have used in this video in the description field. You can download this example dataset and practice this visual on your own. In case you have any questions or doubt relating to what we have covered in this video, then please send your queries and questions in the comments field, and I will revert on this ASAP. In case you want me to make a video on any particular topic, you can share your suggestions in the comment field, and I'll try to make the videos. Thanks for watching, friends. Bye, and take care of yourself. Bye bye.